Most of the time I have seen that people learn Apex in Salesforce and then they start learning LWC. And in every programming language there are so many common things, and there are things which are not common and which are different and specific to that particular language, so that they can reuse the knowledge that they have gained in Apex and use the same in JavaScript. For that I'm creating this session. So in this session I'll talk about how Apex is different than the LWC or JavaScript. So the first difference is Apex is a strongly typed language, and LWC or JavaScript is a loosely typed or weakly typed language. So in strongly typed language we always have to mention what data type we are dealing with, but in loosely typed mentioning the data type is not required. For example, we create a typical class looks like this in Apex. And if we want to declare, first thing first, if we want to declare a constructor in Apex class, what we do is usually we mention the access modifier and we give name of the class. Like this we declare the constructor in Apex. And if we want to declare a method in Apex, first thing is we have to mention an access modifier. In Apex there are like 4 types of access modifier: public, private, protected, and the global one, but we are not going to highlight all these 4 because it's Apex and we are here to learn JavaScript. So every method in Apex, first we have to mention access modifier. If we don't mention access modifier, by default it picks up the private one. So first goes the access modifier, and after that we have to mention if this is going to be a static or non-static method. If this is going to be a static, we will add a static keyword, otherwise we won't add anything. And other than that, if we're going with non-static, the next thing is we have to mention the data type here, what this method is going to return. If it is returning string, we'll mention string, and if it is array, we have to mention array, and so on. So if we don't want this method to return anything, then what we need to do is we have to mention this keyword void, and then finally we'll have the name of this method. So typically this is how a method definition looks in Apex. So now let's do the same thing in JavaScript, how we declare a constructor in JavaScript and how we declare a method. Here, like the things to remind is first goes the access modifier, then the return type. If it is not going to return anything, then void, and then finally the name of the method. On the other hand, in JavaScript, if we want a constructor, we go by this keyword constructor, and if we want to create one method, then we'll go by just the name of the method. There is no need to mention any access modifier here, or there is no need to mention any data type in JavaScript method declaration. So we'll just go by the name of the method, and this is how we typically declare methods in the class of JavaScript. There are other ways to declare methods in JavaScript, we'll talk about later, but now if we go only in the class, so this is how we usually create a method in the class. This is how we create a constructor in the class. We can, in JavaScript, we can declare methods without the class also. That the same functionality is not available in Apex, but it is available in JavaScript, and we'll talk about it later. So now we'll stick to this class syntax of JavaScript. So in a class of JavaScript, this is how we usually declare a constructor. This is actually we declare constructor, and this is we declare a method. There is no access modifier, there is no need to mention a return type. So this is the declaration thing, and if I am declaring this method with a bunch of parameters, let's say I'll give string param1, and if I go with string and param2, so now if I have to call this method, I have to call it like this. My method, I have to end the line with semicolon. Here in Apex, in JavaScript, semicolon is completely optional. If you want to add, you can add it. If you do not want to, you can just completely ignore it. So if you want to call this method, you cannot call it like this. This is a syntax error because this method has 2 parameters and you have to pass 2 parameters. So this is the incorrect syntax. So let me comment it out here. This is an incorrect syntax because this method is declared with 2 parameters. So if we want to call this method, we have to call this method like with 2 parameters like this. We have to pass 2 methods. Learning, the second one I'll go by LWC. So this is the only correct syntax. If you in Apex, if you try to do it like this, only 1 parameters, this would be a syntax error because this in method definition there are 2 parameters declared here. So I'll comment it out, this one also. And there is one more thing. So if I add one more parameter while calling this method, it will go like JavaScript. I'll mention JavaScript here. So now this is also an incorrect syntax. Let me just save some time. Okay, so it will go like this. So this is the correct way to call a method. This method has to end with semicolon, and this method should have 2 parameters only, not 1, not more than 2, not less than 2, not more than 2. So this is also part of the strongly typed language. You have to, if in the method definition you have mentioned 2 methods, and in the calling you have to pass 2 parameters here. This is incorrect syntax without any parameter. This is incorrect syntax with 1 parameter, and this is also incorrect syntax with 3 parameters. So now if I try to deploy this method, it should let me deploy it. So usually if we want to deploy anything from VS Code to Salesforce, what we do is we right click on the file and we click on this deploy this source to org. But to save some time, what I have done is I have created a keyboard shortcuts. To create a keyboard shortcut, you can go to file and preference and then keyboard shortcuts, and then here you can type deploy and you can mention this. So right now I am habitual of pressing Shift Alt D after hitting the save button. It's up to you. If you like, you can have a keyboard shortcut created. If you do not want keyboard shortcut, you can just simply right click and click on the deploy button. Both will do the job. So here in this, like, we are able to deploy. There is no syntax error. So what if I comment it out and try to deploy it this way? Let me save it and now deploy it. It shouldn't let me deploy because this is an incorrect syntax. You see, we got the error. That method does not exist, so it won't let us deploy this method. So if I try to deploy this one, this shall also give an error that method does not exist. Same thing, and same will happen for this one also. So if we try to deploy this method, this is the correct syntax. We could do that. Now let's do the same thing in JavaScript. So if we try to do the same thing in JavaScript, we have my method. Let's declare 2 parameters. So since this is a weakly typed language, we need not to mention any data type. What we mention is just name of the variables. It would be param1 and param2. So the quick comparison is, this is how we declare 2 methods, 2 method parameters, and this is we declare 2 method parameters in JavaScript. So this is the difference in declaring the parameters. So now let's talk about calling this method. So if this is a constructor of this class, so if we are declaring a constructor of a class which is extending another class, we have to call a super keyword which calls the constructor of the parent class. This is required. We cannot avoid that. So after this, you see there is no need to add a semicolon. It's completely optional. So if I want to call my method here, I can do Control C and then this dot. We go by this keyword when we are referring any methods which is a class level method or a class level variable. We go by this keyword here. So this dot my method. This is a correct syntax here. Even though I'm not passing any parameter, this is still a legitimate thing in JavaScript. So if I call one parameter LWC, this is again a legitimate syntax. It won't give any syntax error. So if I go by if I go by this name, let's say I pass, instead of passing one parameter, I'll pass two parameters, LWC, I'll give Java, and then third one would be I'll go by .NET. So this is a legitimate syntax, this is also, and this one too. And if we want to go by two parameters, we could totally do that. So in Apex this is not allowed, only this last one is the correct syntax, but in JavaScript all these are a correct syntax. It won't give any error during the runtime that this is not a correct way to declare that. So what I can do is that I can just have console.log. Let's say I'll print param1 here, and then I'll go by param2. So I'm printing both these parameters, and let's deploy it. We shouldn't get any error because there is nothing we have done incorrect syntax wise. And now let's do the same in Apex. In Apex, param1, param1, okay. So I declared these methods here. So now let's try to call this method. For that, let me just remove the constructor, or let's comment out the constructor. We'll directly call it in the execute anonymous window. So now we have a class and we have a method name, and let's try to call this in the execute anonymous window. We can go here and then debug and then open execute anonymous window. Here first, since this is a non-static method, we have to instantiate our class. So we instantiated the class, and now it's time to call our method. So we call it like this, my method. So now if I try to call my method like this, without any parameter, let's try to call it without any parameter. Now if I click on execute, it should throw error that my method does not exist. Same error that we are getting while deploying, the same error will get here. So it will only execute it if we declare two parameters. One I'll pass LWC, then I'll pass Java here. Two parameters I have passed here, and now if I click on execute, now it will execute without any issues or any error. So now if I click on the debug one, we can see both LWC and Java. Now let's try to do the same with JavaScript here. So in JavaScript, I have called all these methods in the constructors. So as soon as we click on the preview, it should write these two console logs in the console, these two console logs, because right now we have nothing to show, nothing to render in the HTML, so that's why nothing is coming here on the screen. But if we want to see the logs, we can press F12 from our keyboard, and this should render the console log here. So here you see param1 and param2. This is coming because of this call. Nothing is passed, so no syntax error, nothing. But both the param1 param2 are undefined. Here in the second one, we passed one parameter. So one parameter is printed as LWC, and the second one is printed as undefined. And a third one, we passed three variables, but we are not printing the third one. So here we got LWC and Java because we are not doing anything with the third one. So if we're not handling third one, so nothing to print here, but it is not a syntax error. Our method is expecting two parameters, but we are passing three parameters. So it's a legitimate syntax. Now let's go by the fourth call. In fourth call, it is LWC and Java, so it printed both LWC and Java here. So this is a legitimate syntax here in JavaScript, but it's not allowed in Apex. If we declare a method with 2 parameters, when calling the method, we have to pass 2 method parameters. Otherwise, it would consider as a incorrect syntax. Another key difference is if we can declare variables here right on the method parameters. We can declare it like this, like if nothing is passed, I would say default value. So here in this case we are not passing any parameters, so it should print undefined, and then second one should be default value because we are not passing value for the second parameter. Here also, here we are passing the value Java, so it should print Java for this call, and for this call also it should print Java, but for the first 2 calls it should print the param2's default value. So let me deploy it. Okay, now let's see this in action. I'll reload this page. Now you see, for first one we have not passed a single variable, so first one is undefined and second one is default value. In the second call we are passing the first parameter, so first is LWC and the second is default value. In third call we are passing LWC Java, and it printed LWC Java and LWC Java. This feature is also not available in Apex. Apex is strongly typed language, so we cannot declare variables right when we are mentioning them as a method parameter. So that is not available in Apex, but it is available in JavaScript here. So we can mention the default values here. Another thing is, like in Apex we cannot declare anything in the method parameters, and we cannot pass functions as a method parameters. But in JavaScript it is completely okay to pass whole method itself as a method parameter, because in the end in JavaScript everything is an object. So object is a data type and object can be passed as a method parameter. So these are the key differences that I have highlighted. There are so many other differences between a strongly typed language and a loosely typed language, and we'll discuss them as we go through this course. But so far I have just highlighted the very basics and only the key differences between the strongly typed language and the loosely typed language. We'll talk more about when we learn about the data types in JavaScript, how to declare variables. We'll discuss that in detail in our next sessions. So stay tuned for the next sessions. Thank you.